I won't take it. I won't take any offense then.
Please don't. I'll try not to be.
Yes, I figured out what was wrong.
What was wrong?
I had the microphone turned off on the actual player.
I knew it because it's complete silence until death.
Right, does someone want to get the door? Sorry everyone.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew I wasn't dead.
Whoops.
Accidents happen. Accidents happen. So, welcome everyone who's listening. I know a few of you are...
It literally just went live now that you've figured it out.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Muttley's saying that she's going to be online.
Yeah, we're live.
We're live.
Congrats.
Oh God.
Live.
Don't worry about it. They don't know who we are yet. The fools.
My name's Hannes.
My name is Hannes.
They are not Hannes.
You are honest.
Am I?
Are you?
No one will know.
We are all.
We are not doing illegal things. So, yeah, Dugby. This is what they're seeing.
Okay. Grand.
Okay.
They're not seeing us.
So since we are online, I would like to ask you guys something. So I have someone, Megan. She would like to join, just watch for now.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Is she okay with the fact that it's...
I mean, she's not gonna. I probably won't play. Just watch this. If that's okay.
What, just on stream? Or come here?
Did come in. Yeah, she's more than welcome to.
That's fine.
So, hi everyone who's listening. I know a few of you are from the fur community, so howls to you. Don't. Yes, that's a thing.
Oh, okay. This is a learning experience.
Welcome to Blood and Iron. For anyone who's coming back from yesterday, you had me and Christina talking about some of this shit that might go down.
We never actually introduced ourselves.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm Becca.
We were literally just two strangers talking for 12 minutes to ourselves. Okay, you listened, you know.
I'm Becca, and you want to introduce yourself? Because they can't see that you're right on my left.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Christina. And that's all you need to know.
For now, anyway, we will have proper introductions.
Okay, so we don't have to do that now.
We'll be doing the proper introductions soon, don't worry. Does our DM want to take over from here and explain what goes on?
Well, hang on. It sounds like it might not be working. I've got someone listening.
Oh, really?
I do, yeah.
It's a bit muddled at the moment.
Yeah, so let me just test.
It's working, like, you can hear us on it. We're a little bit quiet. But that's
Can you turn this sensitivity?
Okay, it sounds like there's a lag.
There is about a 30-second lag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The lag we can deal with.
Yeah, but that's normal. That's Twitch.
Okay. Let's try this out. So, it is the beginning of the year of our Lord, 1866. The Taiping Rebellion enters its 16th year, and the American Civil War enters its 6th, with no end in sight. The rich become richer, and the poor become poorer. The blood of the innocent is shed for the material wealth sought by so many. But war never changes. The Romans waged war to gather slaves and wealth. Spain built an empire from its lust for gold and territory. Britain conquered most of the world to feed its voracious engines of industrialization. But war never changes. Western colonialism has spread across the globe, plundering material wealth and leaving death and destruction in its wake. Looking upon colonial populations as inherently lesser than Europeans, the colonial powers rape and pillage with little to no regard for those suffering under their rule. Oppressed peoples throughout the British Empire await a time to rise and liberate themselves. But the forces of the empire remain powerful and in control. The storm of war threatens the empire. An enemy has emerged on English soil with forces that threaten the security and peace of the center of the empire. No matter what happens, there will be suffering, because war never changes.
And that is the blurb for today's game.
Damn, boys.
That was our DM, Dudley. Now we are going to go around the table and introduce ourselves, so you have an idea of which characters belong to which voice. So, I guess I'll start?
Yep.
Hi, I'm Becca. I play Bia Goff, a local hero pickpocket, and to others something quite mysterious.
It's not much of a mystery. She's very shy. She's very well hidden.
She does keep it hidden quite well.
Yeah, it's a mystery. Hi, I'm Christina. I'll be playing Eleanor, a psychic detective who's very cynical right now.
Hi, I'm Marcus. I'm playing Magnus, who is currently also kind of a guy called Corbin, through confusing circumstances. But yeah, I'm a dwarf journalist at heart, at least.
I am Kit, and I play Yue Nakano. I am a Japanese human
Ninja.
Basically.
In Victorian London.
In Victorian London, and she's just about the best thing ever.
Hey, hi, my name is Hannes. I am playing Leonard van Austen. I am a Dutch physician and alchemist with a interest in the occult.
You're in the right party.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Maybe.
definitely.
We do like to stick to historical accuracy, hence why we have a ninja in our family.
Yes.
I'm too.
Historic accuracy.
This game is filled.
It was a joke.
When you have the British Empire that is expanding into the east, and while the Japanese are still closed off to the European powers, it makes sense to send somebody to check out what is going on.
That's true.
Especially when you guys leave death, destruction, and explosions in your wake.
Not always.
Explosions was my last character.
Was that the character that,
Yes.
Yeah.
He lived by the explosions.
Then died by the
He died by the
Did
explosions.
he die?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did he even die?
I don't think so. I think I just abandoned him.
Okay, so he's up in the air somewhere.
He's just
Okay.
like in a warehouse in London.
He's in the
somewhere.
woods.
You know.
Like,
If he's not dead now, he will be soon.
So this.
Okay.
Oh,
So, tonight we are focused on a small mission. The title for tonight's episode is Blood and Iron. We're alligators in the sewer? Yes. So, the party has been searching for any information regarding a recent enemy by the name of Holt, who has been plotting against the Empire and the Crown. Magnus, who was gravely injured in a major confrontation on Christmas Eve,
friendly fire as well.
yes, has returned to the group, albeit in a different body than the one that he's used to.
Yeah. It's an interesting experience, I think, for him and for everybody else involved.
Yes. Now, last time on Blood and Iron, the group was investigating a family of werepig bakers that ultimately were cleared of any connections with Holt. And we're going to be moving on this evening and trying to find information to lead the party towards some information as to what else Holt is up to and what they can do to stop him.
Cross fingers for a sec. That means we're talking out of character. Did Bia get that thing out of her ass?
Not out of game because you didn't say so. So
God
yeah,
damn it.
give the context.
Context matters.
So last game, because Bia has an addiction to going Pac-Man on werepigs, the little Chinese lady that we normally go to for stuff had to put a suppository up Bia's tail hole.
It completely destroyed her sense of smell, so she couldn't smell the lovely, lovely, lovely supernatural bacon, which she loves so much.
Werebacon.
Were bacon.
supernatural bacon.
It's not long pig, it's just pig.
Yeah.
So is that out or?
I never said it was out.
Just don't describe the process in any way.
It's just out.
Yeah.
Now the question becomes, does rare pig taste the same way unturned, then turned, or does it change?
She'll have to find that out the hard way.
Oh.
You're a man of science. I'm sure you'll do an experiment.
I will not eat demi-humans.
Demi-human.
That's a good term, actually. Is that okay?
Demigods.
Demigods, yeah.
Demigods or demi-humans.
I mean, demi, if you say demi as like half thing, so like
Yeah,
as a rare thing you'll have kind of.
Makes sense to me.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
This is new canon.
New canon.
We have a canon.
Oh, there's
We
canon.
had a canon.
Oh, there is canon. Sometimes you don't want to know the canon, but there is canon.
Agnes knows about the canon all too well.
There's a very friendly canon.
Some of it's friendly, some of it not so much.
Consume? Vegan
That's not
stuff?
good for now.
Oh my god, vegan sweets. What are those?
This is like pineapple, apple.
Pineapple.
Don't chew it.
Okay.
It's like hard.
Oh, they're like the jelly sticks.
We're just making people jealous of all our snacks now.
Now,
It's part of the game.
to set the stage for where we're going to be starting off this evening. So, this game for these people is based in the Whitechapel area of Victorian London. So, Whitechapel, what a wretched hive of scum and villainy, full of the flotsam and jetsam that the conflicts on the continent have set loose. The transient population is rife with Prussian Jews, French socialists, Irish nationalists, and many others who were passing through and became entangled in Whitechapel. A popular gathering spot for many in exile is the Leaning Nymph. Within her walls, a microcosm of Whitechapel meets and mingles to forget the difficulties of life and to get very, very drunk. The favorite watering hole of privateers and pirates alike, of missionaries and sinners, of assassins and healers. The Nymph caters to them all, but like the streets of Whitechapel, there are many secrets hidden, and some even struggling to emerge. In the Nymph, costermongers gossip among themselves, relating who they saw as they pushed their carts and sold their wares, and who was with whom. The navvies drink, joke, and chat about what they moved on the docks, who is transporting what, and who is being transported. Local clerks come in to drink away the tedium and to dream of better things. And many come to sit, to drink, and to learn. And tonight, there is an energy in the air, and everyone is talking about many different things, which you're hoping some will relate to what you're looking for. So, amidst the dark, smoky interior of this moderate-sized pub, the smell of ale, gin, whiskey, and cigarette smoke fills the air, and you're all seated around a table. You have your drinks, you are relaxing somewhat for the first time in at least a couple of days, but you're still a little bit on edge because you know that Holt is out there. You know he's up to something, and you know that whatever it is, it's not going to be good. So, we begin with you around a table.
Ooh, classic.
What do you do?
It's been so long since we were able to just decide, like, in the previous ones we've just been so panicked about, yeah, there's big, like, massive apocalyptic stuff going on.
I mean, it still is. Behind the scenes.
It is, but now we have drink in front of us. So.
Oh, okay, so we're just sort of dealing with it, yeah.
I'm still coping. I haven't seen Isaac in days.
Oh, and just to let you know, the Nymph has decent drinks. They also have some food. I suggest the MLT,
I'll get one of those.
the mutton, lettuce, and tomato. The mutton is nice and fine this evening.
Oh yeah, I'll have one.
Yes, me too. See how the new taste buds are adjusting.
It's different.
Yeah.
It is very different.
Ooh. Like now I'm gonna be just trying all the food.
Yeah.
Does this taste the same? Does this taste the same? Is there anybody like looking kind of in our direction?
The place is full.
Right.
And there are lots of tables like yours where people are kind of around talking to each other, occasionally stealing glances at other tables, maybe leaning over a little bit too much to try to hear something.
If I catch anybody's eye, I give them a stern stare. Just like sort of try and give them the evil eye.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why you look at me like that's a real thing?
You give the evil eye to one of the navvies.
What now?
Dock workers. Who gets up, but he pushes his chair back, he stands up. This guy is about 6'2".
Right.
Built. Broad shoulders, large, muscular arms. And he walks over. Oi, you. What are you looking at?
I was just wondering when you were going to come over and say hello.
What?
I don't know, I saw you looking around and I thought, I don't know, did you want a drink?
I don't deal with your type.
Oh, okay, sorry, I must have misread this situation.
Right. Watch that. As he goes walking off looking very confused.
Nice. Well, you have to remember you look like military right now.
Yeah, I'm a dashing man.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
You're a big boy now.
And I've got a banging stash, as my character sheet says.
You twiddle it.
Yeah.
Is it handlebar or is it like?
Yeah, I was thinking, like, I'm trying to do, like, the twirly handlebar thing, but it's not quite long enough, so it's just kind of like
you need more, you need to grow it out, you need more wax.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's something I'm working on, you know, we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna use my hearing and see if I can catch anything.
What are you looking to try to catch?
Anything that's normal for us.
For you.
For us.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of mundane stuff.
Okay.
Who's sleeping with whom? Who's running around with whom? Who's transporting what? It's nothing really relevant to your current interests.
This place is boring.
Yep. That's why I come here.
Eleanor likes boring. She wants boring.
I need.
Too bad, you're not gonna get boring.
I need boring for once.
She also likes this place because it's far from where she lives, so she doesn't have to deal with the people that look down on her for being an older woman. Well,
Older woman.
how old is Eleanor?
19.
But she's unmarried and doesn't have a man in her life.
Possibly ancient.
Well, except for that strange Chinese man that shows up on occasion, but he's not right.
Oolong is lovely. Don't drag his name down through the mud.
He'll probably kick your ass for dragging his name through the mud.
My ass? Why?
Not your ass.
I've done nothing.
Whoever insults him is gonna get their ass dragged through the mud by Oolong.
That's true.
Yeah.
He gives the evil eye and no one comes over.
He gives the evil eye and they die. They just die. There's no
On the
question.
spot.
On the spot. They die of shame. The dishonor that is brought upon them.
Shame and terror.
Yeah.
I guess we're just gonna have to figure out what Hulk's next step is. I mean, we've stopped the big fuck off alpha werewolves.
Like, we've not really got any leads. I know from our con game there wasn't really much, you know, to go on afterwards.
I mean,
There was the fact that his necromancer was in the Warrens. I should probably check with people I know in the Warrens and see if any of them have gotten any gossip or any intel or any offers for extra money.
What are the Warrens?
I forget.
I've heard the name a few times. But
Well, we blew up half of it. Well, we personally didn't blow up half of it, but someone else blew up half of it.
can't blame this on me.
The Warrens are the areas where the poorer people live, where the buildings have been built very close together, and where masses of humanity live on top of each other.
They're the Victorian ghetto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And if someone asks you for money to go through, just give them the fucking money. I'm not dealing with this shit again.
Okay.
I sense a dark past.
There's so many characters who's like, I'm going to fight the Warrens, and I'm just like, let's not. I will pay for this.
There's one
Yeah,
time.
no, that sounds like a bad idea. Like, when there's that many buildings close together, you don't want to get on anybody's bad side.
No.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them, and not many of us.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bia,
Yes.
give me a perception check since you're listening.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That is. I am not hearing
Oh.
anything.
One?
No.
I am not hearing anything. And 16.
16. Okay.
I got the bonuses, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Thanks for my special hearing.
Okay, so you are listening, and you hear in the midst of the cacophony filling the tavern the voice of a young girl talking to a table closer to the door.
Pretty young girl?
I'm just saying that you hear the voice of a young girl. You can't really make out exactly what is being said because there's so much going on, but it does kind of stand out just a little bit for a young girl to be in this pub at night.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh.
I didn't think about that.
I'm gonna.
I was like, so what? Huh?
So now that I've actually heard this, I'm going to look in the direction of what I heard.
Okay, well, unfortunately, since you're kind of small, there are a lot of things in your way.
I think she knows a way to fix that.
I stand.
Doing that in the tavern is not a good idea.
I stand on the table.
Okay,
Oh, I was.
now, before we continue, just for your information, this is a tavern that you frequent quite often. You know that when it is busy like this, the pub keeper has a bouncer that they use to keep control. This is an 8-foot tall ogre by the name of Romanov.
He's lovely.
Ooh, that sounds. Yeah, okay, I like the sound of this guy.
I once tried to drink my own alcohol in here, it didn't work. Was this character? Was a different one?
You have on occasion seen him grab from behind the bar a giant hammer that looks like it has some sort of steam vent at the rear. He has threatened with it, but thus far has never had to actually use it.
Right.
You'd think that you would rather not see that done in any sort of enclosed space.
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
Take it to the street, I think.
Yes. So,
Standing on a table.
okay, you stand on the table and you see it's a little urchin girl, very ragged clothes. Outside, it is cold. There is still snow on the ground, and she's probably bare feet, very ragged dress. She seems to be trying to sell something to the people at the table who do not seem to be reacting well to her request.
Okay.
Can I,
Why
like.
are you standing on the table?
When,
Because I couldn't see, I'm short.
Wynn
What are
is
you
going
trying
to
to
sneak
see?
over there and
Character.
like just follow her line of sight.
I'm gonna walk over.
Okay, so you're walking over there.
Yeah.
You have already snuck over there. So there is a
Ninja.
little girl. She's an urchin, so she's malnourished, probably undersized, could be anywhere in the 8 to 12-year-old range. You're not really sure.
Can I see what she's selling?
She is trying to sell boxes of matches to
I had an inkling.
to the clerks who are sitting at the table, and they want nothing to do with this.
Okay.
Where's the ninja?
She's just gone.
She's a ninja.
I'm gonna sneak back to the table. I'm just gonna take. I'm not even gonna hide it. I'm gonna take your plate. I'm gonna take it over to her.
My plate.
No, because
Okay.
she's trying everything.
Yeah, that's true, actually. I've just got the massive
She's
plate
got a
in front of
massive
me.
pile of stuff. So yeah, no, I'm gonna take one of his plates and take it over to her.
Hello? Would you like to buy some matches?
I'd like to give you a gift.
Well, it's not necessary, Mum. Not necessary at all.
No, that's not what a gift is for.
Well, appreciate it quite a bit, but if you give me a gift, when I step outside the door, somebody's just going to take it from me.
Not if you eat it first. I'm like holding out the plate, like take the food.
Right. Okay.
Okay, I walk away.
Hiya!
Disappears.
Bea! It's you!
Yeah!
So glad to see you.
What has happened?
Oh, it's hard. It's very hard.
Yeah, I figured. Has there any weird shit been going on?
Well, they kicked us out of our lair in the sewers.
Who?
These big men, they were mean. They made us run out. The sewers, we found a nice place. It was nice and dry and warm. It was safe, and then they came and they kicked us out.
Do you want me to go deal with it?
Would you?
Of course! You know I always would. I want to roll to pickpocket this guy.
For money?
He's at the table. You are standing by her over towards the entrance.
True.
I mean, if you wanted to buy some matches off her, then I'd just give the money. Like I was going.
Magnus, I need cash.
Okay, I head on over and I'm like, all right, what is it this time? Take out the wallet, flip through, like, what do you need?
I take the lot. Here you go.
£1.
You can give him the matches.
Here you go, sir.
I take those and I write them down.
And I'll go kick out the mean old man.
Right, okay.
Yes, that's true.
Try to find a place to stay until we can go home.
Oh, if they go to my estate, they will be shot on sight. Like, my neighborhood is
After he's been listening to all of this,
Yeah.
just part of her gave the urchin the food just out of the kindness of her heart. Part of her gave the food to continue the various food-related crimes that I've been doing. But,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Crimes?
Oh wait,
The
actually,
Reverse pickpocketing, the vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna walk over and I'm just gonna look her in the eye and be like, I'm not gonna say I'm a friend of Bea's.
ow!
Because she has tried to eat me on occasion.
I've never tried to eat you.
It's come close.
There are times where she has been in the way.
In the way.
Heavy quotation marks.
Why would Bea try to eat you?
No reason.
Hey,
It's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor. It's a euphemism.
what is a metaphor?
Don't
Something
worry about
posh people need that we don't.
Okay.
Yes. I have a place that you can stay for
Yes.
until we get the sewers cleared out.
Oh, thank you so much. Can I bring my friends?
Yes.
Where is it?
I give her the address to the bowl.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Is Mel going with you?
I haven't seen Mel.
You haven't seen Mel.
No, we got the place in the sewers because Damien and Mel and the others disappeared.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. We'll go kick those mean men out of the sewers.
Thank you.
This is a personal. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm going to the I'm going back over to the table and I'm going saying, "This is personal. Can we go deal with shit in the sewers? It seems like normal men."
Seems like a...
Well,
When is it ever normal men?
I don't know. I think just normal men wouldn't kick little kids out.
Yes,
yeah,
they
they
would.
would.
Actually, yeah, no, they would. Can we please go like this?
Well, you're going to go anyway,
Yeah.
so might as well.
Fingers crossed,
Out of character.
Out of character. So after Magnus perished, he had a pretty fancy flat. Would that have been like sold on or something like
Well,
that?
his fiance probably still lives there.
Magnus
Oh,
Magnus
Magnus.
was single and ready to mingle.
Oh,
You can easily have taken over
Yeah.
from Magnus.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
You are a
Yeah,
fine, upstanding-looking gentleman.
That's
You
true.
have the money to pay for it. They
Yeah.
wouldn't question
Okay.
anything.
Sweet. So I've still got that place. All right. Just wanted to check the future.
Well then.
hmm
So we're going to the sewers.
To the sewers.
Again.
We've never gone. Well, actually, no. Never mind. We have gone to the stores.
I haven't.
Oh, I remember. My old character once blew a hole into the ground. We all fell down into the. I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some people, the sewers are new.
Yeah.
I don't think I
No. You were never there. Don't worry.
Okay.
It was a while ago. It was last year.
It's
So I
not going to be like
definitely-
last time. I promise.
It's still the sewers.
I know.
On Christmas Eve.
It's not on Christmas Eve.
It's like Boxing Day at this point. Like,
It's actually
On
in January now.
Boxing
isn't it?
Eve.
Yeah.
It's in January
You're
now.
in January.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
Long few
Well done.
months.
It's been a long few years.
I make my way out of the barn towards the rough location, which I might have known where the warrens, the sewers might be.
Well, no, you're sitting here.
yeah,
Get up and follow.
We'll just head out, I think. Well, I'll follow.
I pop a little girl on the head and pull her up.
I just lean over. You do realize how many of them there are, right?
It's not a very fancy place.
How many of them are there? I mean, orphans in, well, just,
The orphans in the warren. These
Yeah.
aren't just orphans in the warrens. These are little urchin girls and boys in the warrens. These are a lot of kids who know how to pickpocket. Who's been trained to pickpocket.
cool.
Who hasn't been? Victoria Ethan, who hasn't been?
Yeah,
It's
I should-
fine.
I could learn a thing or two from.
It's the new handshake.
Yes, so you don't learn that in the Dutch school system. That's their problem, not ours.
Well, at least I know how to extort businesses.
Okay, so everybody is making their way to the entry into the sewers near where the urchin's lair used to be.
Strolling along jauntily,
With your
twirling
new-
my tash.
With your new white head.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Ooh.
I'm gonna try to imitate the fanciness by just swinging my cane while walking.
I guess I'm gonna join the club and just switch my cape around a little bit.
We're doing the hero walk.
Yeah.
And you two are just like, what?
Absolutely.
So you're gonna make yourselves look fancy.
Yeah.
Not
No,
Not
not in
necessarily.
the warren.
not fancy.
Just like, we're having a good time walking along like da-da-da.
We're
But
being
then as soon
I'm
as we
more in the
get,
shadows of the streets as I'm
You
walking
don't have to
down.
be a
So you three are drawing all the attention.
as
Yes,
soon
and
as
I'm
I,
keeping an eye out.
as soon as I see a broken window, though, I'm gonna stop because I'm like, this is the place not to be fancy.
I will
Okay.
go on his lead.
Everybody give me a perception check. You'll find out.
Okay.
Oh god,
I am
I
seeing
need more
shit.
dice.
Hang on. Oh god. Oh god, no.
Oh god.
Oh god, no.
So that's a,
Of all, I need to put these dice away. Perception. Oh, thank God for bonuses.
232.
20.
35.
24.
20.
Okay. So all of you rolled well enough
Okay.
to see the group of thugs that are following you
I'm gonna just pretend I didn't see.
with hands in their coats or hands in their pockets of their greatcoats, looking at you. Well, looking at you three.
Didn't we stop?
No, I don't think we,
He started at the start of the war, and he draw attention in the second you walk
Yeah.
in.
No, I was
I'm
saying that
gonna-
out of the pub, I thought.
Yeah?
Yeah, and where the pub
And
is
you
in
drew
I didn't know
attention.
that!
Oh god.
Oh no,
I'm
this is a
gonna grab
mistake.
one of my smoke bombs.
One sec, let's not try anything dangerous.
It's not gonna be dangerous. It's just gonna be fun. But
You're
anyway,
the-
I'll listen to you.
That makes
Can
me
you-
think it's even more
Give me a
dangerous.
Say
sec,
what
give
you
me,
like,
give me
what
a
you-
sec.
Would you? Okay.
So, out of this crowd of toughs comes a small boy. Looks like he's maybe 10.
Immediate suspicion.
Hi.
He seems to be wearing what looks like a little sailor's outfit.
Immediate more suspicion.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello,
Hi.
how are you? You seem to be rather well off this evening.
They are, anyway.
Aye, they seem to be rather well off this evening.
Well, they're with me.
And?
Any shit you're trying to pull, you can turn around.
See, I've taken over this area.
You have you?
Aye, I have. So, if you want to pass through, especially such lovely people as yourselves, well, it's just going to cost you a wee bit.
No problem.
What happened to Pete?
Give me a dexterity and throw roll.
Okay.
This fancy boy.
I don't trust him.
I'm just imagining him like Macaulay Culkin and Richie Rich. It's just like,
Oh god, I keep dropping my dice. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, that's real bad. You said dexterity.
Use luck.
And, oh yes, I can. I'm going to use luck.
No, he's just a 10-year-old.
Okay, fine, I won't use luck.
Work out what you ended up with before you make the decision as to what to do next.
So it was dexterity and throw?
Yes.
Okay. With throw. Okay, let's use 15 plus dex. 21.
Okay, you hit him in the face. Smoke pours out, concealing your group from him and the toughs behind him.
I'm in
Fucking idiot!
I just start running down.
I'm gonna climb a building.
So you're climbing a building, you're running.
I'm gonna
I'm
try and hide.
looking at you guys like, what the? I'm not trained to deal with it.
This is the worst group we've gone into the woods with.
I haven't done anything yet.
Eleanor's just walking forward.
Far too well.
Nothing has happened in her head, like she's just going.
Eleanor
I
was
will
like
attempt
this
to do
way.
the same. Just okay.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
I'm not dealing with this.
I'm gonna take off
Can I
my
see that
hat
fucking ninja again?
in an attempt to disguise myself by taking off my hat.
Okay.
No, that's fancy.
Okay, so you've climbed up.
I'm like hiding in a barrel or something.
Give me a hide and sneak roll.
Alright.
You're not as small as you used to be, by the way.
But it sounds like something Magnus would do.
Oh god.
15 plus. That's a 20.
Oh yeah.
She works.
You hide. You were hiding behind a small keg, which was the only thing in the area.
Cool.
So is he well hidden?
No.
It's just my head and shoulders just poking out the side, like, I'm entirely hidden, no one will know it's me.
So everyone that's walking away, that's still potentially close, give me a perception roll.
Is it whether you can see me hiding in the
You're not even in the cage, you're just behind it.
Yeah. This is fine.
27.
This
20.
is fine.
28.
Okay, so, two things. First, there's Magnus. He's not hiding very well. And through the smoke, you hear this small voice going, "She hit me in my nose!"
No. I feel like we're.
I'm just like, she just left. I tried warning.
We should try diplomacy. But diplomacy doesn't always work.
Let's go home. I need some ice for my nose.
This poor fancy boy,
This poor fancy extortionist.
crying for the business boy.
I mean, the business model was flawed. But I applaud him.
I'm sure it works well on other people. It's just you people it doesn't work on.
You should really start running a
Don't
business
fight some sort
consultant
of
firm.
ninja.
I probably will.
If in doubt,
If in
smoke
doubt,
bomb.
So-
smoke bomb and
Really the
rock.
worst group we've gone into the woods with.
Nah, we'll play it cool.
So as the smoke clears and you see the backs of the boy and his group leaving, and you're just left standing, either walking away or standing on the roof or looking at Magnus trying to hide between the small keg.
I'm going to look around and see where our ninja friend is. Where are you hiding on the roof?
I'm not hiding, I'm just on the roof.
You're just standing like
Get
that.
the fuck down here.
Fine. I get down. Like, I wasn't gonna stay up there, but I get down.
I pop out.
Behind the back of the head.
Are you dodging?
Yes.
Okay, so body and brawl, dex and dodge.
Oh, that's so much better.
Short comment. Given that you're like on air, like visualization of actions being taken doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm slapping her behind the head, and she's trying to dodge that.
Yep.
Oops upside the head, basically.
Yep. And if
Yep.
anyone's confused about the numbers, 3d6 system, 6s explode, so you can add the 6 and roll again. And then you have stat bonuses you can add on.
I probably don't dodge. Looking.
Oh god.
Oh god, yeah, no, I don't dodge this.
30?
Okay, so you smack her upside the back of her head. She was moving to dodge, but you just clipped her.
Alright. I expected it.
I'm gonna pop out from behind the keg and go, good thing I'm so good at sneaking, guys.
Do you want one as well?
Yeah, the thing to remember is Leah's very shy.
Yeah.
She's so shy.
Shy. I was shy. Then people pushed my buttons.
You were never
I
shy.
was never shy.
You were never shy, that's a lie.
Anyway, I continue walking along the area until I find a sewer gap opening.
Okay. Is everybody following?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Not fancy like.
No.
Not
Now I'm trying to look menacing and suspicious.
Okay. You're walking along. You're getting to the area where Bia knows there is a substantial enough sewer opening to be able to make it in without too much trouble. Everybody give me another perception roll.
That's the most important thing in the game.
It is the one you will roll the most.
What?
I feel like Eleanor is
26.
seeing things.
She is definitely seeing things.
What did she roll?
2 6s and a 5.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
It's a 19 for me.
Okay.
31.
Oh. Okay. You're walking along. You're almost to that area.
20.
And to your left,
36.
down well, to some of you, what would normally be a rather dark alleyway, some of you that rolled over 30,
Hey.
you see rather clearly the teenage boy in the adult-sized greatcoat beckoning.
I point at me. And then I point back at
To your group. It's just kind of...
Like, I'm gesturing to him, like, us?
Do I see this guy? Do I? Okay.
19? Oh, okay.
No, I mean, you see him. They see him much clearer.
Right.
I visibly draw a dagger and go.
I put my hand on my sword and walk it on. Yeah.
I will put my hand on my
I'm just gonna roll
cane that I want.
medium. Just be like,
Scent.
who is this?
Okay?
I'm rolling scent.
Okay.
He smells suspicious.
I am not
Orange,
smelling
probably.
shit.
Can I try to read them? Like human perception. Can I just
You're not seeing enough
No, okay.
of him right now.
Oof.
I've rolled 4 6s.
Holy crap!
You'll like know his Gmail password and everything.
15.
He has no secret.
No.
Your nose is overwhelmed
Gmail
by the
information
local
for,
sense.
Gear, mail.
Of sewer?
Yes, yeah.
Victorian times.
Exactly, yeah.
53.
This, okay, so this is a very young entrepreneur who wants to try to sell you something. Particularly, he wants to sell him a mustache. He has a whole supply of mustaches that he wants to try to sell to this gentleman.
And like
Salesman not worth our time, and I'm just
what's he selling? What's he like?
Don't tell him.
not worth our time.
I shrug, sheath my dagger, and go back.
Does the way you like this with?
Give me another perception roll. Give me another perception roll. Magnus.
So that's 15 plus 11 is 26.
Kind of opens his coat, and there are various styles of waxed mustaches.
I'm dragging Magnus. Eleanor's on a mission now. She's decided she's doing this tonight.
I'm like, does he have any that are particularly like very fancy pantsy curly whirly
Oh, yeah.
ones?
Oh yeah.
I shout out like, what are they made out of?
Don't know, but they look nice.
You know, I prefer organic. And
prefer
it just smoke
homegrown.
up. Yeah.
Oh god. Okay. I guess we're going to the sister.
So you've made it to the entrance into the sewers.
Finally.
Not a problem at all.
No, of course not.
Not a single incident.
It's been smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing. I was on a roof once.
Remember that time I was on the roof?
For what it's worth, in this group, going up on the roof is a very valid option.
I mean, I was considering just staying up there and playing lookout. But,
It's been done before.
you know,
Just do the Assassin's Creed thing. Hop from building to
Yeah.
building.
not even trying to hide it that
Yeah.
way.
So,
No one can yourself.
what
Jumping into
are you
ASAP.
doing upon entering into the sewers? Of course, you're standing at the entrance and the scent.
Was I able to stock up on the non-smelly
No.
powder? Oh god!
This is gonna be first
I'll
question.
take something else that doesn't smell like sewers, put it into a scarf, and put it over my nose.
I'm gonna do another scent check.
Okay.
You're gonna have a fun time.
My nose has been through worse. And Eleanor can vouch for that.
Mm-hmm.
You smell 15 different kinds of animal feces.
And
Mostly human.
Which are human.
Yeah.
that always feels bad. Just rolling a 6 and then it explodes and you roll a 1.
Yeah.
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 It's like,
It's still one more than you had.
good points, good points.
25.
You smell all the lovely things present in this sewer.
Including it.
There's something strange in there, but you just can't get a read on it. You're picking up on the filth and the
Ugh.
waste.
Yeah.
And
My nose
festering
is truly going through here.
rot.
I hand Bea my scarf so she can wrap it around her face.
I don't need it. You don't want me to have that. That'll get torn.
I have other scarves, but okay.
Unlimited
Should I ever
supply
try to
of
be
scarves.
nice? I guess.
What is everybody else doing?
I'm already inside the sewer.
How, like, wide and, like, tall are these sewers? Like,
Well, Magnus,
like,
when you were a dwarf, you would have fit in just fine.
Hmm.
Now, you're gonna have to fold up just a little bit to get in.
yeah. So I'm, like,
Does
bashing
anyone
my
have,
head on pipes and stuff like that.
light? Lantern or something?
Well, I've got some matches that I can
Do we want to light a match in the methane film?
Yeah.
That is a bit of a problem, because she definitely picked up methane.
Yes.
Right.
Walking through a pitch black shithole. Literally.
Is it pitch black or is there some light filtering in?
Well, it is night,
Oh, is it?
Oh, okay, yeah.
That doesn't help.
And I don't have any.
so it is very dark.
Night vision, though.
Night vision, yeah.
Not night vision.
So for you, those of you that have night vision, you're fine.
Nice.
For those that don't, what are you gonna do?
Can we do like one of those
Let's
things?
do a handshake.
probably,
yeah,
like
handshake,
always
yeah.
train.
Where we're just like
We all grab hands and walk through the sewers.
Do I
yeah.
have some alchemical stuff on me that I can quickly make into like a phylactery that shines just slightly?
Bioluminescence.
You have some moss that you have collected that when you shake it, begins to glow.
Do we want to draw attention? Never mind.
Too late.
Too late.
So you now have a very
We in this.
low light where you can see a short distance
At least
around.
something.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm like tapping into their sense, like night vision. I'm fine.
And now we'll train.
Yeah.
Train.
So you have the option of going left or right. Do you take the sinister or the dexter path?
I'm gonna roll medium. What are we looking for? Humans? Something
Something.
people-y? People-like, maybe mysterious.
I was
Disappear.
just gonna go down one of them. But she's got a better idea.
I'm a detective.
You're a detective. I'm just a
It's
ninja.
literally what I do.
The
This
detective.
apparently.
The detective.
There's a reason why she's a leader.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought Toby was our leader.
Toby thinks he's the leader.
Toby thinks he's the leader. Since Magnus died.
27.
Okay, so what are you looking for?
I was looking for the big scary men that scared away the street urchins.
Oh, wait.
Or she said she sensed something suspicious.
Yeah, does V already know how to get to their little area?
She's never been to.
Oh.
Yeah, I've never been, so.
Okay,
Fast.
down the left, you are picking up some sort of strange creature.
Oh, that's where my dice told me going.
Strange
Trust the
creature.
dice.
Gotta trust the dice.
You're not sure exactly what it is.
Something weird up that way. And I'm pointing, but none of you can see. So
I've got my hand on her shoulder, so I'm just like, "Ah, okay,
Yeah.
So you start moving to the left.
Yep.
Okay. Fortunately, with your little bit of light, your night vision, and being led by others, you avoid sloshing through too much of the muck.
Yay.
Yay!
I can save these.
The old medicine I have on me, I can just forget and throw away after this. That's nice.
Now, a short way down, things start to change. And you notice in the distance, there are lamps lit,
Oh.
making an entire area where you're heading towards very well lit.
Is it just
Are
another
there
section of
shadows?
tunnel? Is it another section of tunnel?
Yeah.
Or does it open up?
It's another section of tunnel.
Are there shadows that like we can like in that room, or is it just?
Oh, you can only see a part of you can see a part of the tunnel where there are lamps hanging.
Okay, I take
But-
Magnus's hand off of my shoulder and I'm gonna sneak ahead.
Cool.
Okay, give me a hide and sneak roll.
That'll be good to me. You're very good to me. Okay, let's see. Where's my hide and sneak? 18, 28. Is that dexterity? Yeah.
You got a +10 to hide and sneak.
While
Yeah,
she's doing
uh,
that, is
What
there
did I
like
say? I
any
said 28.
moss or something that I might be interested in here? Just examining the
You Skyrim
flora.
character.
No.
I am Skyrim.
46?
46.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
You just
You
disappear.
you ghost up
Yeah.
to that tunnel entrance and look down, and it's leading down
Okay.
into what you can tell further down there. It must be a larger room, and there are lanterns at consistent places overlapping, providing a very well lit tunnel.
Do I see any movement?
Give me a perception roll.
I'm going to be asking you, like, what do you see?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Psychic abilities are good.
Yeah.
They are helpful.
Detective will detect.
Mm-hmm.
I like this
16
kind of
plus
choice.
9.
Please tell me you have like a magnifying glass and all of the
But of
typical detective
course,
shit.
I have the smudgy fingerprints, like the
The
ink
smudgy-
stuff. I have everything.
You just never need it because
I
you
think
just
that's a 33.
the
Okay,
spirits of the past. You just
Exactly.
follow them.
there is something moving around
Okay.
down there. It's something with 4 legs.
Oh, okay.
Dog.
And you're getting the impression that it is big, but you can't see it.
Big dog.
Big puppy!
Big dog? Okay.
I like to imagine Eleanor has just like appeared beside her. Just animal.
Okay. Could I feasibly sneak down without being too well lit by this?
For most people, no, but you rolled a bloody 46.
Yes. Alright, so I'm gonna do that.
You're like Spider-Man and
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
So you make your way down, leaving no trace of your passage, and get down to the end of this tunnel and look into the larger chamber.
Mhm.
And in the middle of this chamber, on a raised location, you see a very large reptile.
Okay.
There are a lot of bones
That's okay. Are they
around.
human?
It's hard to tell from the distance,
Okay.
but you definitely can make out rat carcasses
Okay.
and bones.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna relay all that back to Eleanor.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
You get to say that to me.
That's
Oh yeah, I'm relaying.
Okay.
Relaying, like what's being.
God fucking damn it. First werepigs, then more giant werewolves, and now we gotta deal with fucking crocs.
As long as you don't pack them through them.
Interesting.
I mean, Cal,
Yeah,
it would make our
addiction
job
to
easier.
crocodile.
Are we?
I don't know. Did you let crocs out when you were saving the Tower of London?
I did not, in fact.
I thought you did.
Wait, were they crocs?
No.
I don't think they were crocs.
No.
So
No,
no,
ask me. Also,
No.
I didn't. It was like a rebel.
we did let out some peafowl. I don't know what happened to them.
No!
Um,
Death and destruction has been brought upon Victorian London.
what happened to the hippo?
I think it just ate the two majors that
Yeah.
did
Well,
that
they're talking
anyway
about
because
this,
they were being
Okay.
assholes.
So the ninja has shown back up.
Oh!
Nah.
Oh, Bia, you're so jaded.
I've
Hey.
seen some shit.
Look at it, it's right there.
I smelled worse shit.
Okay, so plan of attack, guys.
Now, are you filling them in on what's down there?
Yeah.
Plan of attack, it's just a big scaly dog.
Yeah.
Can we pet it?
Go pet it.
No.
If you want to
Go
lose your
pet.
arm,
No.
I'm not really touching your arm.
So we probably shouldn't leave it in the sewers, right?
I want to become Victorian steampunk Steve Owen.
Oh my god.
If we
You
can
did
pull this
not.
off in any way.
You did not.
Okay,
No, I'm not saying I'm going to right now, but this is my end goal for this, is that I can, like...
you have to start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not walking up to it right now and going, let's wrestle. No.
I'm gonna wrestle it.
No, but you can go down and try to talk to it.
Let's wrestle that graphic. Alright, let's go.
Let's go down and try and talk to
I'm
him.
gonna go talk to the big scaly dog.
Better not piss me off.
I am skeptical of this working, but
Oh, that's a lie completely.
So you're all going down.
Yeah.
Are you trying to sneak or are you making noise?
sneak.
I'm going to sneak.
The doctor will sneak.
Fuck
Okay.
The squishy doctor.
Doctor is sneaking.
So some of you are trying to sneak while Bia is just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm going down.
Eleanor's just walking down, big scaly dog.
I figure it's eventually going to sense us.
It's crocodile.
I will try to keep my distance from the ones that are openly walking.
I want to
Yeah.
thank one of our fur viewers who told us that our picture isn't working. Thanks for telling us about an hour into the game.
Is sound alright?
Sounds good.
Sounds good, yeah.
Cool.
What is not working?
The picture.
Oh,
Alright. Well, I got a 16 on my sneak, so I'm being...
Sloshing
you're
down.
being so stealthy.
Oh my gosh, guys, you don't even know.
You keep getting things on your boots and you've got to knock it off
Yeah.
against the side of
I
the
have
tunnel.
25 for sneaking.
Okay, you are sneaking.
I also
Unfortunately,
have cloak of non-detection.
unfortunately, those around you are not.
I am keeping my distance. Of them.
Smart.
How far?
Cloak, I hope that
You're
helps.
the-
How far behind them are you staying?
Ooh, that's a very GM question.
Oh dear.
Like-
How many of these things are there?
5 meters ish.
Okay, so everybody gets down to the bottom
Yay!
where the alligator, its eyes are open, and is looking in your direction.
Sup?
Awkward.
So it doesn't speak.
Just leaving her hanging, which is very rude.
Can we teach it to high five?
Do you-
Oh, Eleanor's just opening her communication.
Yeah,
Hello.
Just
We're about far from home.
open up Skype window.
Yeah.
This is odd. Why you in head?
Why you in London?
Going there.
I mean, yeah.
Absolutely.
Am here.
That the logic is sound.
Yeah.
I can't
Can't
falter.
argue with that.
While they're having that conversation, I will have a look at the bones. Do you see any human bones?
No.
Okay, good.
Oh, phew.
No. Animals only.
Cool, let's get it.
How talk in head?
How did I describe it to werewolf?
Neat party trick.
No, it was like,
You described
Oh, yeah.
it to one as
it's like smell, but not.
Okay.
See, that's how you get to them.
Snap.
That work.
See? I'm on their level, it's fine. Yeah.
Wolf. Not welcome here.
Why not?
Not smell like others.
Other
Furs.
doesn't smell like other furs.
Other animals?
What other furry creatures have you encountered?
The others.
where?
Like the remnants of these? Like gesturing to
No. Fur changers.
fur changers.
That gives a bit more.
Information.
I've never spoken to an alligator before. Are you one of the changers as well, but a scale changer?
Yes.
That explains it.
There we go.
That's why it kicked the girls out, why they kicked the little children out.
Were you one of the people that kicked the urchins out of the sewers?
What urchin?
I'm just going to relay like small child kind of.
No.
No.
Needed
Not a-
lair. Got lair.
Was there anyone here before you?
Fur changers.
Fur changers were here. Did you spook them out or?
No. Have agreement.
Ah, okay. He's diplomatic. See, guys? This is why
Don't
talking
always
works.
Use our smoke bomb.
Don't always have to wrestle the alligator.
Sometimes we can Dr. Doolittle them.
Sometimes just let me go in there and talk to him. Okay,
I just have this
we might have the wrong person here.
Do you want to ask them where these other
Yeah,
fur
where they-
changers are?
Oh yeah, what is your agreement with the other fur changers? Just in passing, as we're here.
Protect entrance.
Ah,
Keep out unwanted visitors.
Ah. So keep them out of where? Just through here, or where we came
Back there.
from? Oh, back there. Are there many back there?
More than two.
More than two. That is many.
One, two, more than two.
One, two, two.
Yeah, just keeps going.
Not care.
Not care.
Have lair. Have food. Is comfortable.
That's all you need. I'm glad you're being looked after down here. B, are we going the right direction? Do we have to go through here, or are we continuing down?
No.
Keep
Yeah,
it
I'm
central.
gonna turn around like,
I don't want to be a crocodile hunter. I want to be a crocodile befriender.
Hey, join the club. The real Steve Irwin was the one that looked after the crocodiles.
Yes.
Not the guy who wrestled them. That was just...
It's a friendly wrestler.
Yeah.
It's like
just to subdue
training
them.
with bears, just wrestling.
Very friendly wrestler.
yeah.
It's just a tussle
28.
between two friends.
Yeah.
You have the faint smell of other werewolves moving through this room, through the door on the other side.
Recognizable from, like, Christmas Eve or from Alpha's pack?
Similar to Christmas Eve.
Can you ask if we can pass? Since we're friends now.
Jonathan, they seem like hot werewolves that have gone in.
I thought we were looking for tough guys.
I think an alligator is pretty tough.
I think, maybe tough guys and then turning into fucking werewolves.
I'm just saying, we had a mission. We can't just keep picking up side quests. We can, but then we'll just never get to Hyrule Castle. I mean, we'll never get...
We can't just stop and inspect every pinecone we see.
Exactly.
I mean, we certainly
You can. I've already had this particular.
I'm just putting it out
Can we
there.
just check to see?
Do we want to check and
We
see?
want to
Okay,
check and see. Okay?
Yeah, can
Just
we
check
go
and
through?
see.
Let's just go and check and see.
I don't know what the debate is about. I'm just confused.
Hold, I have to ask question.
Sure.
Let me remember. Are you part of Bouge something?
Ah, bourgeoisie.
Yes, yes, that is word.
No.
No, most definitely not.
No. I'm not
Super
doing it
not.
anymore.
Some not look like pro, yes, yes, that.
Communist.
How do I make myself look communist? What does a communist look like?
That's still hard.
Yes, okay.
It's a little early for that.
All right.
Have our sickle?
You want to look like a worker.
Well, I got my soldier's coat on. I'm probably pretty grizzled. Nah, actually, I got my fancy tash.
There's no sound.
Sorry, we're getting more comments on the sound.
2 seconds. Somebody
Maintenance.
keep making noise.
Yes, that's good. Actually, yeah.
Words,
Um,
things, brain.
Ultrally and Finley, if you guys are listening to this, please tell me that the sound is working now. I'll try something else.
I'm hearing audio. Yeah.
You're hearing audio?
I'm gonna listen for a bit, see if it cuts out. But
right. Thank you for your audio.
You're welcome.
You alright?
That's one way to test the audio.
The colour cube around the whole.
Okay, Hannes, you do not need to kill yourself just for an audio check.
No, I thought, okay. I was mistaken.
We appreciate the dedication.
Yeah,
It was a nice gesture.
it really was.
Oh, I was actually gonna suggest singing, but okay. Yeah.
What, you want to do a sing along?
Yeah, let's do a sing along. Sure.
What are we singing?
I don't know.
yeah, we're still live recording mine. And if I can hear it, that means it's working perfectly.
Of course.
I am the audience.
I am. Senate.
Yes, you understand it, yeah. Do you want to take some M&Ms?
Oh, they're not watching the app.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Twitch is buggy as shit, in case you couldn't
It
tell.
was like what day did you sing it wrong?
I think if you're on mobile,
Oh.
the app works best. But if you're on laptop, I think you can just connect to the Discord.
Oh yeah, I was
website.
having trouble using
Or not the
just
Discord, the Twitch website. And you
I was
can
having trouble on the Twitch website on my phone.
Yeah, no, you can't use the Twitch website on
It
your
was-
phone. Yeah.
It wasn't working properly. So.
So, maybe the app, or if you're watching it on a proper computer afterwards when we have this fully up, because
Yeah.
this video is being saved and will be up for people
Yeah.
to watch over again.
And if you're having trouble with it, like lagging a lot, just there's an option for change it to audio only, because there's nothing visual except
Yeah,
the
we're
logo.
not. Yeah.
And that just takes up a load of data if you have a slow internet connection, like I usually do. So yeah, just put on audio only, purple screen, put it in your pocket, it's fine.
Yeah.
But obviously if it's a laptop, you can't put it in your pocket.
I mean,
Well, you could.
Laptops are getting smaller.
Now, for what it's worth, for some guys' pants,
honestly,
yes,
Yeah.
there would be
Yeah.
pockets that would be big enough. Now, for women's clothing, you're
We don't
gonna have a
Can't
much
fit my
harder time.
keys in
Yeah.
my
We
pocket.
don't have pockets.
There's no such thing.
It's one of the major shames of the modern age in that women's clothing does not have
Screw
pockets.
Victoriana, let's talk about fake pockets for
Yes.
a minute.
When I found out about this, I was horrified.
This is utter disgrace. It is a conspiracy to sell us handbags. I'm telling you,
It
it
is.
is.
Yeah.
I read an article about that.
No, Probably written by me.
Let's face it, we live in an age where we should have a democracy
Pockets for all.
where everybody should be able to have as many pockets as they want.
Honestly. One of my favorite things about Victorian fashion is the fact that they used to have little bags that they would tuck under their skirts as pockets.
Yes.
What?
And they were interchangeable.
What?
Like with outfits.
Yeah.
It's the best thing ever, and I want to bring that back. It was like fanny packs, but it goes under your skirt.
Okay, they're all back. They're now using the app and they're finding it much easier.
Okay,
Great.
Cool.
They
Okay.
were not using the app beforehand
Glad
much.
to have you back.
So,
Oh, is the viewer back?
The viewers. We're up to 5 at the moment.
you are having a conversation with the were-alligator
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
in the sewers.
Yes.
Okay, probably not talking.
Okay, so we're
Telepathically
yeah.
thinking.
It's a very quiet conversation to anybody watching from the outside.
Would we be able to go through?
Not sure.
How can I convince him I'm part of the proletariat?
Do you want some,
Can I give him? Do I have any flyers? Can I hand them? No. Can't hand him any reading material.
I can give you a business card.
Does that say proud member of the proletariat?
If I take off my
It says-
coat, do I look
Cheaper prices when I get price. No way.
Have idea
Yes.
from what other fur changers say. No way to prove member of proletariat. Go seize means of production for workers.
What's the nearest means of production? Can I grab the means of production?
There is a young entrepreneur up in an alleyway.
Oh my god,
Let me bring him down.
let's go steal his coat. We don't
No,
even need
he was wearing an adult coat. It would make you look like a worker.
No. Please. No. I'll have the whole
I'm already on my way back up.
I want a tash stash.
Who knows anything about murder?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna steal his coat.
So the ninja has disappeared.
I'm just gonna steal his coat.
Can I come with you?
Yes.
Okay, you go. We're heading back.
Okay.
I'm getting this stash cap.
What is Eleanor doing?
Eleanor's just shaking her head.
I'm just shaking her head like it's his antics.
So you two make it out of the sewer.
Nice. Alright. Is he still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you want to do the stealthy approach, or will I just walk up to him and go?
Ask about all of the mustaches.
Oh yeah.
So you approach him. This boy looks like he's probably 14, 15. Massive, worn greatcoat. I mean, definitely has been around for a while. And he's also wearing a very worn flat cap.
You're going to steal it?
I happened to notice you had a fine supply of facial hair earlier on.
I do, Gov. What can I interest you in? I've got a great array.
Roughly how many are there?
About 20.
Honestly, I like all of them. Is there any way I can Can I have all of them and the coat with it?
Oh my god, you're not.
I'll swap you. I've got a good quality lined coat.
I'll trade you for a $5, Gov.
I'll do that. I'll do it. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I thought I took all your cash.
No.
Nope.
You didn't take all of it.
Damn it!
Okay, so he takes off the coat. Do you want the hat too, Gov?
Yeah, go on. I'll give him I don't know how this money works, but whatever 50 cent is in pounds.
So you give him another couple pence.
Cool.
There you go, Gov. Enjoy.
And I rifle through the stashes.
Gov, just to let you know, all the stashes are over here on the left, inside the coat.
Okay.
Inside the right, in the pockets, there's the wax. You put it on your lip, and then you stick the tash on.
Okay. Thanks very
Oh
much.
my god, give me one of those mustaches and a hat.
I give you the hat.
Okay.
And I give you wait, which style of mustache do you want?
Any of them. Just so that I look like either completely ridiculous.
Mutton chops.
Yes, okay.
I mean, you already have probably like a full face mask with some.
I
Please
do.
stick them on top of the face mask.
Yes.
So, I give you the
Okay.
mutton chops and the wax.
I
Yep,
propose
okay.
that we
Okay.
Here we go.
commission just characters,
Yes.
and then have like just two
Disguise form.
Hat, big ninja coat, mutton chops.
On top of the
So
face
they
mask.
come back.
Oh my god, who is this strange gentleman?
Okay, look like workers. Proletariat.
That's us.
Alright.
Do they have like some sort of secret handshake that we can do to like where we can?
How do you give a handshake to a were-alligator?
You don't.
I don't know. Is there a hand gesture?
Oh, good mustache.
Mustache roll.
Wait, are you suggesting I give the alligator a touch?
Yes.
When you're talking, just lean a bit forward.
Okay.
Quiet, yeah.
Or a bit louder.
Okay, let's
Okay.
pass, but have one request.
Fire away, my fellow worker.
I'm gonna smack it upside the head.
Am tired of rats. Would like something else.
I give him the pouch of scrap meats that I have.
Loud.
Possibly human jerky.
Want something bigger.
I think you'll recall in the last session, I have a big tub of spaghetti and meatballs.
Yes.
Oh my god, you do!
Oh my god!
What's that?
The finest food known to any member of the proletariat.
Are you fucking kidding?
Call it spag ball.
Can please have.
Yes, of course. Anything for it. It's all about sharing.
I eat, you pass.
Alright.
I give it to
We
him.
all pass?
He goes over and puts his head into the bucket and starts chomping away on the spag ball.
I imagine the big weregators doing a death roll and just getting completely wrapped up
Yeah.
in the spaghetti.
He is completely tied up in this.
And then just slowly slurping it like that Mario and Luigi cartoon.
He has lost any interest in conversing with you. His attention is completely on the food.
I
I
fucking
I tip my hat
Seen it
back
all.
out of the room.
Yeah.
And Eleanor is walking ahead.
And Bia is just done with this.
And you said it would be bad, us coming here.
Hey, Magnus, take a photo.
Yes, I've still got my photo.
He said about his camera gear! I don't think he has his camera gear, does
He
he?
had other camera gear in his house.
Oh my fucking god!
So Magnus snaps a picture of the were-alligator eating spag bowl.
It's gone on the front page, lads.
Yes.
Can you give me a copy of that for research?
You and your fucking research!
Yeah, I'll make sure to get that to you.
Okay, so you move further into.
It's a bad crew.
It's the best food.
So,
Anyway.
are you sneaking as you continue further in?
Yes.
No,
Nope.
fuck that!
No,
Not after that, I guess.
We're just throwing smoke bombs at 10-year-olds and feeding were-alligators spaghetti bolognese.
But for walking into a mysterious supernatural monster's lair, we're just striding in like we belong.
So I start sneaking, and then I see, oh, so we're not. Oh.
Hat back on.
Alright.
Alright, I follow.
Okay,
I'm going to enjoy something much, much later.
Okay.
so everybody give me a perception check, please.
Hey.
Yay. There's maybe stuff to
Oh
see.
shit. Oh damn, that would have been fun.
16. It's 27.
29.
3 plus perception.
23.
Hang on. I'm still
27.
adding. I lost count.
Oh no.
These.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Damn, you got a lot.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
21,
That's good.
23 plus
I'm getting all the
9,
comments.
30,
You got told you were 2 points.
6,
38.
38.
Okay, so for most of you, you hear the murmur of voices up ahead. For you, there are 4 people having a conversation. You hear the whistle of a kettle going off in the background, that somebody is making tea. You know specifically that they're making Earl Grey because you can smell it. The milk is fresh because you definitely smell that it has not gone off, and there is some sort of fresh meat being cooked.
Nice. I keep going.
Yeah, I suppose. Like, I might try, start.
I relay
speaking.
all of that information.
Tea.
Like, tea.
Oh, great, hot.
We had a lot of
Correct.
good experiences
Good
with
Oh,
tea.
and lemon and sugar as well.
There we go. That's all we need. Let's go.
Taste adventure.
An adventure tastes like Earl Grey.
He doesn't know what Earl Grey tastes like.
And lemons. I'm just gonna bite into a lemon, see what happens.
As your face scrunches up.
Oh my god, this is going to be amazing. Okay.
So how are you approaching?
Do we want to stealth this time?
Yeah, I'm
I'll
sneaking.
stealth.
Yeah,
They're gonna smell me, but sure. I'll
They
try
already
it.
know we're here. Like, I'm just gonna
Okay.
walk.
I'm still gonna sneak,
I'm still gonna hide and seek this time.
And
Oh,
there's
that
just
was
I'm gonna
bad.
take anything that will.
I will try. Oh god.
9 plus 19. Thank God for that.
Okay, you're invisible.
Yeah, I'm invisible.
24.
I rolled
21.
dice fell under your bag there.
That one's too close.
46.
Yeah, 46.
Sweet Jesus.
Okay.
I thought I was
Wait, was
the
that for
ninja.
sneak?
Yeah,
I thought I was a ninja. For
you can't beat a werewolf.
That's fair.
And Eleanor's just not bothering.
Nope.
I'm gonna have to save your ass later. I know.
So
this.
you guys are sneaking. You're doing awesomely. Clip, 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 clip. Sound of her boots on.
I'm stealthy enough as is. I'm just walking up because they
If
probably
I
know I'm
were
here.
to, say, pick her up so that her boots were not hitting the floor, would that
You
do
get a
anything?
bat. No.
They think that would probably be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Second backhand of the day.
I don't need another hit.
Okay,
to the
well,
head.
fortunately, her footsteps are not very loud.
Yeah.
They're just they're louder for ye, who are very close to her and are trying to be quiet.
I'm going to roll medium.
Okay.
Just to try and detect, like, who's making said tea? More gators, hopefully? I'm not, no.
Oh, jeez.
Um, 22?
Not gators.
Not gators.
You think probably wolves.
Probably wolves. Okay, that's lines up with the
Hey.
gator said.
My Wolfsbane's gas bomb will come in handy.
Maybe we're friends.
So, what are you doing? How are you going to handle this situation?
Can we see them, or what's the?
You're getting up to where you can see into the room. Small chamber. There's a table with 4 chairs. Small tea making area. And right now they're kind of sitting around waiting for the water to finish boiling.
Just chatting, having bants.
Yeah. They look
Sneak out.
they look very much like the dock worker that approached you earlier in the evening. Not the same, but that type of rough individual.
Okay.
We're talking about the Richie Rich's cronies rather
Yeah.
than the mustache salesman.
Yes.
That's a sentence I just said.
Yes, you did. Doesn't it feel good?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess, yeah,
I guess we just go in. I mean, we look.
yeah, that's true. You look very proletarian there with your
my
mustache.
mustache and the mask.
I mean, I
We
can, yeah,
look
I
like very suspicious folk.
We really do. That's fair. We should probably send Magnus in first.
like, I could pass, but also we think they're werewolves, so they'll instantly be like, this isn't one of the crew.
Yeah.
So,
So, like, no matter what, They'll
Like,
know.
it's enough to fool an alligator, perhaps not a werewolf who is part of a secret conspiracy.
So yeah, I will just hold back. I don't want to be ripped apart by werewolves.
It's a good thing to avoid.
Yeah, I will let the tough folks handle this. I am made out of red
Is there an
tissue
extra
paper.
chair?
No, there are only 4
There
chairs.
are only 4 chairs and there are 4 people in there.
Yep.
I will let our fearless
So much
leader
for-
lead the way in.
What is Eleanor doing and what is Bia doing?
Form dominate.
They kind of all turn
Yeah.
in your direction.
Hiya. We've just kind of happened upon this place. You have a lovely gator up front. He's very friendly.
How the bloody hell did you get by him?
Oh, he's really nice.
What?
Gifts from a fellow member of the proletariat.
I'm making exactly this face.
One of them is giving very odd looks at the ninja with the mutton chops over the mask. Something here is not right.
You think so?
I do.
You think so?
He must have very high human perception.
Oh, he does.
I want to try bullying my way out of this, that we are here to to get information to forward on to other party members.
Are you saying that like we are your peons or something? Because I can like sort of.
We're here to get information from you to give to the rest of the crew.
Luck.
And I am using 2 luck. Does anyone want to give me luck?
I will give you a luck.
You will give me a luck.
I will give you a luck.
And another luck.
I was just going to be honest. We're looking for some ruffians who kicked out some urchins. That's not very communism.
That's a good point.
I do make a good point.
You can do that as well.
They were bullying the lower class, and they're all about not doing that.
That's fair, that's very true.
Hence why I knocked.
You can do this.
It's
after.
almost
Can I do this after?
37.
Oh god.
And now Dudley gets out his dice.
What are you doing again?
Full.
Oh yeah.
So what exactly are you saying?
We were sent to get the message?
Message? What message are you sent to get?
Not entirely sure.
Who sent you?
Not at liberty to say.
Griswold?
Can we trust you? Kind of way.
See, like, this is why I
No,
don't
I'm saying
like-
this to you. Like, we're doing switchboard. I'm not. I didn't name drop.
Yeah, we don't name drop this.
Like you know this.
You
This.
know who? Just say you know who.
You
The boss.
know.
That's
What
a
did you
badass
roll again?
answer.
36?
Oh shit.
36 is rather good. Unfortunately, when you're going up against a 45.
Oh, unfortunate.
Right, I don't believe you.
Okay, we're actually really here to find the bastards who kicked my friends out of the swords.
Small urchin girl, she told us that her crew were kicked
Oh, your friend's a little brat.
Excuse you?
Bia.
Be shy. Be shy.
out. No, don't be shy!
Right? We took over this location. It's ideal for us.
But it was their home, their only place to actually be warm during this time of year.
That's not very cash
You
money.
see the concern on my face.
So you'd rather kick little kids out into the cold with no shoes just because you want to have somewhere to fucking base.
You should be fucking lucky that I didn't feed them to the damn gator.
What do you have? Out of character, what do you have?
What do I have? Oh boy, I have silver bullets. I have sedative bolts. I have.
Do I know what he has?
You don't know what.
You don't know what he has.
You know that
Do I
I'm
know
a
that he has a
doctor,
sedative? Do I know that he has a sedative?
He's used them before.
He's used them before.
but they don't work on. Well,
They don't.
They don't.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck, that's right. Never mind.
I've got
Could you not let them just stay here?
I've got bull and charm out the wazoo. Like,
No.
You couldn't find another place?
It's not my job.
it's not very common.
Oh, if you're going on about all that communist bullshit,
Oh.
that's a cover. We're just fucking anarchists.
It's a red herring.
Byron knew it, but yeah, red herrings.
Come on, guys.
No, the M&Ms.
We just had a spill of blue M&Ms.
And yeah, like if it was peanut M&Ms, I wouldn't be worried because they're trash.
Says someone who brought peanut M&Ms the last time.
I didn't. Not you wouldn't get me near peanut M&Ms.
Oh my god.
There's a. Why was there a hairball on the floor?
It wasn't me.
We're in the sewers.
So I get it that you're upset about your little friends being sent packing, but I don't care. We've taken over this area. We're using it for training and preparations.
For
Tashes.
Stuff.
like
Well, like soon there's going to be a few less industrialists in the area.
been there, done that. Don't remember a thing actually.
It's so much more fun when you can remember.
I bought.
I'd rather not
business
to.
area.
Then you're weak.
Call that season of means production.
I can't believe you're lying to the alligator. That's the lowest of the low.
He's such a trusting guy.
He serves a purpose.
How dare you just use and abuse this poor gator.
We're going to use and abuse anybody that we need to get our job done.
I've lost all interest in these guys. They're just real nasty
Yeah, I'm
boys.
making tea.
Yeah.
Bad boys.
I'm using their tea to make tea.
Oi, what are you doing?
Anarchism.
I hand a cup of tea to Magnus.
I'm like, oh, and then I take a
We're
sip.
sticking it to the man. That's you.
Right, so you come in here, you get up in our faces, you tell us we're doing something wrong, and then you steal our bloody tea.
Yeah, I thought
We
you were
can't
anarchist.
stand that.
I'm sure you can't.
Like, you know, I'm pretty sure that people have done worse to you.
It's really good tea, though. Well done on making it.
Right, we stole it.
Ooh.
Thievery.
Oh,
What if
no.
I offered you something
You
better
accused
to drink?
me of thievery when you were the one stealing.
How about
You
I
have a
offer
good
you
idea.
lads something better to drink?
Oh no.
Such as.
I take out the first hip flask I was given by the little Chinese lady.
Oh my god.
Why don't you explain exactly what is in that flask?
I do not know. I asked her to have me make something that will kill Cutter, and she walked away, came back, and gave me this.
Who's Cutter?
Dead guy.
It proves,
dead.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sweet.
Never met him.
Guess it worked.
I never met him. Like,
He wasn't killed by the flask, he was killed by a dagger through the back into the heart.
Yeah, I
I
never
do
got.
it, yeah,
I never
I
got to
do
use it, so I don't know what it does.
All right. I'm fully on board with this.
Why would we trust you with that?
Anarchy.
Anarchy.
It would really stick it to the man.
What kind
Hold
of
on.
person-
We gotta huddle up.
Feels like we live in a society, motherfuckers. I'm a dog chasing
He's
cats.
rolling anarchist morals.
They kind of chatter away to each other. Right. Okay. You made a good point.
Oh my god.
I know!
Right.
Are they also nihilists?
They're anarchists, of course they are.
Yeah. That means
Oh my god.
So one of our viewers, Motley, just said, "I don't trust the Chinese lady."
Oh my god.
That's racist.
also
How dare you, Motley.
She's 8 years old.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
also, if she knew this, she would probably hit you with a stick.
yeah,
Bamboo
yeah.
stick.
Right. So he's like, puts down 4 shot glasses. Right. Alright, lads.
It's good stuff.
What are you, chickens?
As they down it in one gulp each.
Oh god.
And they fall down.
Absolutely.
No, it's going to be more graphic than just falling down, I imagine.
I want to know, because like the Black Plague of the Earth killed 8 men. I want to see what this shit does to werewolves.
Is this shit gonna be like fucking like some Junji ethos?
I
So-
don't know. They're to my test topics to see if I can actually drink this.
So they grab their throats,
You can.
they each fall to the floor, shaking.
Oh, cool. Great.
Someone come up with
Nice.
a punchline. Fast.
Oh god.
Quick, we need to say something cool.
Another one bites the dust.
Have a taste of your own medicine.
There we go.
So this is putting the dog down.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Now, everybody give me
Now,
a
guys.
perception roll.
What?
Oh, they're faking it. Bastards. Oh my god,
That is bad. It's an 18.
oh my god, okay, 15, 21,
That's a 22, good buddy.
plus perception.
33.
Oh.
And then they're seeing things.
36.
24.
How dare you be.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
The two that got over 30,
Boom.
aside from the other symptoms, you notice when their eye, because they're opening and closing their eyes and pupils enlarge, and just the blackness of the pupils just take over the entire eye.
I grab the flask and I sniff.
Oh no.
Do not ice them.
Okay, fine.
Okay, good.
Good. You die.
Die.
And so they're on the ground, they're shaking, they're growling, holding their throats.
Yeah.
And you two notice that change in their eyes. You just see the pupil take over the entire eye. So their eyes are now completely
Oh, wait, I
black.
didn't see that.
Oh.
So it's either demons
Should
or
I put
Superman.
them out of their misery?
And
Show
then
of hands.
that blackness
Oh.
changes to crimson.
Never mind.
Oh.
I will take
Too late.
15
And-
steps back.
Can we see this?
And the next thing that everybody else sees is they start changing.
Fuck.
And it's this very loud, horrible process because it's not the easy change that Bia does where she just changes. Their bones are breaking. Their skin is ripping as they change into these huge dire wolf forms.
Show of hands. Should I
Foam.
put them out of their misery?
This blood foam is leaking out of their mouths
Cool, I started rabies.
You saw.
as they are looking at Bia
Shit.
like the dogs look at a rabbit in the hunt.
Fuck.
Does anyone have silver?
They have silver. They have silver.
And Eleanor,
Yeah.
no human thought. This is completely bestial.
Okay.
Okay, everybody get out. I have a bomb.
Yes, that bomb. Leg it.
Wolfsbane gas.
Okay, running.
Leg it.
So give me, Bia, a dexterity and dodge roll.
I'm very
Good
grateful
luck.
for this math.
I don't
You need luck?
I think she's good.
think I'm good.
She rolled 2 6s.
Yeah, it's 12.
That's really not gas. It was made from 5 doses of Wolfsbane serum, so
I think
I
that's
think that'll
good.
be.
I think we're good, mate.
it can be poisonous for humans as well, so
Yeah, also
Wait,
I'm
39?
legging it out as well because this is
Okay. So Bia is able to dodge. Are you changing form? Because you know if you stay in human form, you are only going to be able to stay away for so long. You just barely avoided the snapping jaws.
Dire.
Bia is jumping around. Shit. As these huge wolves are chomping at her as they go chasing her out of the room.
Oh
By
shit.
the way,
Alright, I don't
They
get to,
chased
like,
her? Fuck.
I don't get to throw that thing like.
They're gone.
They're gone.
They've gone further into
Okay.
leg it
complex.
towards them. Onwards.
Okay, can you relay to her that we need to like trap them somewhere and that I can use this?
Yeah. Like I'm gonna relay the plan. Like
Yeah.
oh yeah, psychic, telepathic switchboard. Basically,
Okay.
hidden mics kind of between all the party. Just if you ever hear us go
Yes.
switchboard, that's
Okay.
communication. Okay.
Does this room have more than one entrance?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it the one we came through and then the one they left through?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. If you can somehow turn around, come back, lure them through, I can. And as soon as you are through, I just throw that. I will prepare that thing to blow up in the middle of the room. As soon as you're out, I will
What?
detonate it.
How narrow is the passage?
I have.
That I mean?
It's about the width of 2 of these desks, so
I wouldn't be able to get around them.
nope. It's only big enough for one dire wolf at a time.
Fuck your plan on running!
I mean, isn't there like this huge layer with the... Oh wait, that's on the other side.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's where we are.
So, she's running down the hallway, trying to get away from them,
I'm
just
going after her.
barely
I'm going
ahead of them. As she's running along, there are two doors on either side, but they're going into small rooms, so she avoids going in. You end up in a large chamber filled with bunk beds.
Oh, dear.
No.
Bunk beds. Hundreds of them.
Shit.
Roll 3d6, Bea.
Oh god damn it.
I'm just back in the room preparing.
I can't use luck, can I?
Nope.
Oh no.
5!
Yeah.
Behold, a character death.
Is this how Bea died?
There are people waking up going, what the fuck?
Oh, okay.
Just out of curiosity,
What
like
do I have?
out of character, what type of person was Cutter in that this would kill him? Just a regular human?
Just
He was a
regular human.
Okay.
He was just a jackass.
Right.
Yeah. We wanted him to die a slow, painful death. So I thought that might, help.
Human? Yes.
Werewolf, clearly
No.
not.
Well, it killed the human side of them.
Yeah.
I should have
Definitely.
just gone for it, and I didn't.
So, Bea, give me another
Dodge.
2 dodge rolls.
How far behind are we?
There.
Super far?
You're super. We will get back to you in
Okay.
just a moment because they have gone a distance from you.
And I'm like trying to load. I'm like loading my 2 pistols with silver bullets.
I don't have jack shit that's silver.
You have silver knives.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Oh,
all
my
have
daggers?
silver. We
Okay.
all have silver
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
recent events.
Oh, that's right.
30 for the first one?
Games that I missed.
And I'm using 2 luck on top of that.
I have another one. I'll give you luck.
You gonna give me luck?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you luck.
God.
Wait, what's the score?
It's a lot of 2s and 3s.
Yeah. I saw all
Yeah.
those and I was like, nope.
I'm gonna give you a luck roll.
Oh,
Thank you for
my
that
God.
luck.
Did it explode?
Yep.
Nice.
Another explosion.
Oh.
You have to jinx it.
I did.
I mean, jinxing it would be if it was a 1, I guess.
If my comments from
40 for the other one.
all of the
So 30 and 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll 3d6.
Oh god.
Okay.
Woo.
So you are fortunate in that the one that's immediately behind you, instead of biting your tail off,
That would have been nice.
in essence shaves it, while the other bite misses. As you find yourself at the back of this huge room with this ring of wolves hemming you in and no exit.
Fuck.
Girl, jump for your fucking life.
We will be back to you.
Fuck.
Now you guys are following, going, fuck.
Fuck,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah,
fuck,
yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
fuck.
So, are you stopping to take a look at the 2 rooms?
Hell no.
I-
I'm not.
Like, are the doors open?
Yeah.
Okay, well, just take a quick, one step in, look around.
So,
glance.
on the left, it looks like a small room with a couple of beds, and the other one looks like a small study.
Okay.
Putting a pin in that.
Yep. Just in the
um,
fridge and we'll snack on it later.
okay, yes, exactly. So instead of my knives, do I have silver tipped crossbow bolts? Nice. I'm gonna load my crossbow.
Yeah, guns loaded. Like, going.
Yeah.
All loaded.
Okay, so you guys get to the entrance to the massive chamber. You see all of the bunk beds, and at the far side, you see a snarling and snapping Bea in dire wolf form, surrounded by a whole fucking lot of werewolves.
Have they all turned against her?
The people in the beds.
Are they just waking up?
since it's taking you a little bit longer to get here,
Panic flow.
they have woken up and changed to wolf form and joined.
Oh, they're on the feral
many?
side.
No, they're not in feral side. They're like,
What's going on there?
Yeah.
Fence.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna be like glowing red eyes. And they're glowing red eyes. So, yeah. Glowing red eyes. They've turned feral. There's
So I could flood this
Yeah.
entire room with gas. It would be bad.
You don't have enough to fill
don't
this
have enough to
entire
fill the
room.
room.
No.
You could fill one of the small rooms, you could fill the room that you were in before, but this is a huge room with ventilation.
I mean, so
It would help.
these feral ones, they're not going
Can we
to.
Yeah, but if you threw it in there to affect them,
You
you
could
would
also
get
see
her.
You
it.
get
Yeah,
that's
I'm
the
like,
problem.
so, probably not.
No,
No,
like,
let's not do that. Let's, again, put a pin in that one.
I mean, these feral ones probably aren't going to have any semblance of friend or
no,
foe.
they're not friend or foe.
No,
going
they're
for-
not attacking the other ones. They are solely focused on
Yeah.
her.
Well, can I try and shoot one of the big glowy red eyes ones?
Do we want to?
Don't know.
Then we
Well,
are-
there's the problem that
like
you
5
have to get
meters.
substantially closer because
Yeah.
there are a lot of things in the way.
Oh, so there's things in the way, right?
You guys are at the door,
Have-
and it's like 200 meters
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Wow.
to the other
Big,
side.
Yeah.
big.
How many wolves are here?
No, it only looks like there are about 50.
50.
Only.
50
So
rolls.
only
We're
a
not-
small portion.
We're not causing
the
a fire
beds
fight.
Wow,
Yeah.
would
Were
it be
filled.
nice if we had like a demolitions person who could just blow a hole in the wall for
Shit,
the
that
epic
would be
escape?
nice.
Oh well.
What if?
Only.
No, we don't need oolong.
No, we don't.
Are you sure we don't need one?
What about Frida?
Give me
Yes,
everybody.
let's get Frida.
Oh God! Do you call Frida?
No, I don't want to bring a little girl into this.
And also,
She's a demigod.
I don't care if she's 6 years old.
she would just like batter them with porpoises or something.
Does anybody
No,
call Frida?
No, I don't. Yeah, I would if it weren't. A
We're
bunch
panicked
of
in the
werewolves.
moment, kind
Yeah,
of,
in the
yeah.
moment, I would not think of it.
Like 50 werewolves. Could I just relay to all the werewolves, be like, those ones have turned completely savage. They're no longer part human. They're going to kill one of your own, and they're going to probably move on to you next. There's nothing left. Look at them.
Yeah.
Give me a bull roll.
It's not bull. If that helps.
I would like for you more.
I'm on 30 right now. So don't worry about it. 43.
Okay, they start backing away,
Yeah.
kind of confused.
Yeah, as long as they're not aggressive towards us, that's...
Are you trying to attack?
No.
You have the option of attacking. You
No.
have the option of dodging.
Dodge.
Give me-
Fuck that.
Give me 4 dodge rolls.
Oh God. Am I close enough that I can use my crossbow?
You're getting there.
Do you think my last 2 up?
This is kind of happening as you're moving in.
You need this, and then
That was a 3.
You giving me luck?
I'll give you.
No,
luck.
I'm saying you
I'll
need
give
dice
you
to roll. Oh, but you got plenty.
How much?
luck. I'll give you 2 luck.
I'll give you 1. I'm down to 2.
With this isn't all going to be on the one roll though, is it?
This is all on the first
This is
roll.
the
Like, I
first
would've done it.
dodge.
Yeah.
Wait, what is it?
She's putting it all on the first
She's got,
roll.
like 3 ones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I gave her.
You have a lot of health though.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Thankfully.
Fortunately.
Not
Oh my
against
God.
high bite damage of what? 4? 4 feral werewolves out for blood?
Yeah.
And
They
yeah,
will
their
not do-
stats have been adjusted just a little bit.
Adjusted.
I mean, they will not
Adjust
deal-
So this is a
they will
bad
deal
plan
lots of
that we
damage.
had.
They're going for fatal blows.
Good in
One hit won't
battle.
kill.
Certain aspects of the plan were not exactly thought out the most.
We are the good guys. in this story.
In this one instance.
In this instance, you are. In other instances, you are the baddies.
Are we the baddies?
Are we the bad
With
I told
baddies.
you it's every game someone asks that
Yeah.
question.
47.
And most of the time we
Okay, you dodged the first one.
guys?
Congratulations.
So you dodged the leader.
Oh,
Now you got 2 up from me.
You thought the first roll was bad.
Shit on a stick.
I'm out of luck.
Yeah, I know.
I have 2 left.
I have
Do you want
2
them now?
left.
Or
Let's try later. I don't mind taking a little bit of damage at the moment. I'm in my direwolf's form, so I do have extra health on top of that 60. Do I? Yeah.
No.
Fortunately, the one that was jumping to attack her hits the wall and misses. But the other one grabs her right rear leg. And they start pulling.
Okay. Am I close enough to shoot yet?
Soon.
Oh god.
Bia.
1 sec.
Okay.
Yeah, stream's dropped.
Just for a second, I had to fix the mic. Sorry about that. It's working again, I think. Yeah, we're working again. Sorry about that. Right.
So, Bia has been attacked. She has been successfully hit by 2 of the crazed werewolves. One of them has her left foreleg in its mouth in a death grip. The other one has her right rear leg, and they're pulling. She has currently taken 50 points of damage.
Oh my god.
Shit! I'm back down to 60.
And the rest of you are getting up to the position where you can do something. Now, why don't we wait for Marcus to return so Magnus can take part in this fun.
Yeah.
So, some advertisement break.
And now for a brief musical interlude.
We can do that, I think.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Okay.
So the werewolf's pulling her card for 50 damage. She's not a card
She's
yet.
halved
Ooh.
right now.
So,
Not literally.
dodging right now is not an option.
Yeah.
With 2 hits. So we don't want to get
Carrying.
Now, fortunately, one of the crazed werewolves hit the wall at speed,
at speed.
head first, and is a little dazed. So he's not going to be able to attack this
Say
round.
He broke a hole in the wall and everything.
Oh, there's
There's a death.
there's stone crumbling.
Wait, like there's not anything on the other side?
No, it's stone, dirt.
Oh,
He's not a priority. I'm going.
So we're going to be going around.
Okay, yeah, going around.
So we're going to be starting with the person in the most difficult situation here. Or do you want me to go the other way around so you have time to deal with your technical issues?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, so we are starting with the ninja.
Ninja's got a crossbow. I'm gonna shoot at the one holding her left foreleg.
you have silver belts.
Yep.
Yes.
Sweet.
Let's see. What do I? It's 3 lethal. Oh, that was super bad. All right. 6. That's an 8.
You fire the bolt and it goes wide and bounces off the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bad.
Mark Magnus!
So, okay, what are the other werewolves doing?
So, you had one that went for her throat, she dodged.
Mm-hmm.
The other one caught her foreleg, pulled her down. That caused the one that was jumping at her to hit the wall.
I
So
see.
they're stunned, and then the other one grabbed the right rear
Right.
leg.
And the ones that woke up in the beds?
Are backing away in wolf form, looking very confused because of what Eleanor told them.
And, like, is there any sign that any of them know we're there?
Well, they know you're there,
Oh
But
yeah.
but
They've got other priorities.
they're trying to figure things out. They don't have any leadership right now to say, enemies, intruders, kill them.
I mean,
Can I go? Enemies, intruders, kill them.
yeah,
let the
No, you've already fired.
I already fired. Yeah.
let
So-
the medium do that.
that's true.
Communicating.
Yeah. She's the one with the telepathy.
Damn, if only I had that spaghetti and meatballs.
But you already used your spag ball card.
Oh, let's go.
You'll have to get more of that.
Alright, I think so. I might just be going with my 2 pistols, just whip them out,
Okay.
and just fire at maybe 2 at the one that is on her front leg.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for both.
So that's just sorry, it's been a while.
Dexterity and pistol shooting.
Oh shit. I
So
didn't add
that's
any.
Too late. You have to remember to add the stuff in.
Yeah, I just went straight one.
Sorry to everyone about that technical issue. I've kind of figured out that my stupid laptop goes on sleep mode and that stops the actual audio.
Oh no.
So I've turned off sleep mode. We've had audio for quite a while now. Don't worry.
Right.
It was literally just
It was
out for
just-
about 20 seconds.
Yeah,
We
about
didn't
20
know.
seconds.
Right. So
Thanks, Mud, for giving me a message about that.
Thank you, Matt.
So I got a
Best
19 on that
girl.
one. I got a 19 on that one. The first one.
Roll for both.
Oh, okay. Ooh, explodes. Cool.
Explodes again.
Hey.
Explosions.
So that's 12. 17, 18,
I think that was when we called her racist.
29.
Oh.
Okay, you hit with both. Roll damage.
Seems to be going well.
And
We keep popping from 5 to...
Yeah, it
That
keeps
is
couple of
terrifyingly
as 10.
bad.
yeah,
and
it's
then
pretty bad.
it keeps
So that's
going
a-
10 to 0 to 10
6
to 0.
and a sorry, 6 and a 7 with silver
We'll find
bullets.
out what the stream
Okay. You hit. You see that you've done damage. You feel him bite down harder.
Well, I sure do hope my healing potions work on werewolf. I will fire a healing potion bolt at there.
Oh, okay. Give me a roll.
Anna from Overwatch is taking the field.
Yes. Just, I don't have a sniper rifle, I have a wrist crossbow.
Yeah.
Think Assassin's Creed.
Which is cooler.
Assassin's Creed Ezio.
It works.
Best Creed. Don't ask me.
What? Ezio is the best?
Ezio best boy.
Or
Mhm.
where's
Yeah.
my pistol shooting?
Ezio's bestio.
So it's a cross between
15,
Anna,
18.
Ezio.
Okay, you hit.
Dishonored.
Roll 4 dice.
Wrist crossbow.
That is a 14.
Okay.
I hope it worked. Did something. I'm down 1 healing crossbow. Ball thing.
We'll fix that later. Maybe.
I don't know. Or
So,
is this gonna
We
have
need to
have
do some
issues on
round
me?
steroids.
You-
Yeah.
regain 14 health.
Oh, thank you.
That's pretty handy, that.
You get hit with something liquid, coats your underside, and you're feeling a little bit better, but they're still biting into you.
Oh.
What is Eleanor doing?
Welcome.
Let's watch that movie.
We are not doing well here.
Yet.
Yet. Not the
And
time.
little did you know that Leonard Van Outen's middle name is Maui.
Alright.
Spiritual.
Like-
guide.
Yeah.
Is there any hope of me getting the werewolves to be on our side? Like the ones that are afraid, are they too spooked?
They're spooked.
They're spooked. They're too skittish.
You kind of get the impression these are new recruits.
Yeah, like this is very scary for them. They're not going to want to.
Can
Go
you
into
do like
battle.
a real spooky voice, like it's Holt telling them to attack the big
I
waves?
could do an impersonation, but I'd rather not. Because they're still really, really spooked, and I wouldn't have his same presence. That makes sense.
So what is Eleanor doing?
God.
You going to give everybody in the room nosebleeds?
That'll stop us.
No, I wouldn't. I don't
Well, a
think.
werewolf. No,
Like
that
their
does
minds,
bad things.
their minds are already gone.
You could try to fry their minds.
I could like short
More
circuit
than they already
short
are.
circuit their nervous systems, if that's even possible. Or
And
just
then they will
open
spasm
fire.
and bite.
It's kind of
That's
confusing.
not a very elegant
Yeah.
thing to do.
Yeah.
But she has gotten to that point recently.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
mean, you could telepathic assault them.
I could do a telepathic assault and
Ooh, that
just
sounds cool.
try and shut down their brainstems.
It's like, oh, you don't have a cerebellum anymore, sorry.
Goodbye,
Those are the bad
pituitary
ones that
gland.
Although there is something you could potentially try to do.
Those hell.
I mean, it was brought up about the spag bowl. There might still be some left in the other room. You could try to convince them to go in there and fight the were alligator for it.
I don't want him to be brought into this. He's a nice guy.
He's a nice dude.
Also, you have such a nice leather bag.
Oh,
Okay, you're being ripped apart by wolves. I don't need like a reason to let them continue. Thank you. Let's just not. He's our friend now.
Eleanor, you really kind of wish the matron of your school was here.
It would have been really handy.
Yeah.
It would have been so handy.
What can she do?
Oh, you don't know.
What can't she do?
What can't she do? That's also true. Right.
Hmm.
We're going to short circuit their brainstem. Let's just go in there.
Roll.
Because it's too risky
Can
to
you
shoot
fire
him.
multiple ones at a time? Like, can you fire all of them? All 4 of them? Or is it one at a time?
She can area of effect.
It's like if I do an area of effect, everybody's getting it.
Okay, don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you can narrow down the area of effect.
Can I
The
narrow
problem
it
is
down?
for
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to try and
Now, if you want to,
Mm,
how much do you have any luck?
I have 4 luck.
So what you can do is you can try to roll to shield her
Yeah.
and only affect them because they're in a very small
Tight
area. But
Plus
you're going to
they're-
have to roll really well.
Yeah.
And then you for the second one, you're going to need to roll well, but you're not going to need to roll higher than what you rolled to shield her.
Yeah. That's what I'm kind of thinking.
I still do that.
Yeah, I know, and I have 4, so it's like 6.
I've got 2 luck if you need.
Oh my god. My poor brain! This is why Eleanor's so grumpy these days. Right, we're going for the cool shit.
Okay.
Colin.
Oh my
You're the ninja now.
For those
I
who
will
can't,
pass over my shuriken.
for those who can't see, we have a packet of blue bag M&Ms.
Some crispy boys.
Yeah, them crispy boys. And Hannes just managed to catch
What
one
am I
that was
rolling
falling out of
again?
the packet.
Between 2 fingers.
The best way of catching anything, honestly.
Straight up Daniel Socket.
Just like chuck it up in the air and go.
41
Okay, for the shielding.
for the shielding.
Now,
Pretty good.
Yeah.
for the telepathic assault.
Aim.
Can you use luck to deduct points?
I gotta stop that.
Can I use your 2 luck, please?
Sure.
Sometimes it takes restarting
Dear Jesus.
for the settings,
Does anyone
too.
have any luck?
I
Okay.
will be too luck.
Yeah.
Thank you.
At least it'll be grand
I'm
for
not
next time.
Me too.
And if I just keep tapping at the computer, it should be fine. Oh,
We got that luck
Don't
train
roll too
today.
high.
we
Don't
have
roll
more
too
people.
high. Okay, that's not too high, is it?
It's fine.
Oh, there'll be more people chatting. Hi, John. Thanks for joining the stream.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
John got the nickname Lucifer because he's an asshole.
Hi, Lucifer. Oh shit, am I getting
37.
Am I getting like full angels on?
Okay,
Yeah.
If he's watching on Twitch.
Oh god.
okay, so
We know that Lucifer.
You feel
watching League on.
something
It's Lucifer.
surrounding your brain. It feels weird.
Don't worry, it's me.
And then you get the front row seat.
Oh god.
Well, the one who hit the wall goes first. It's kind of standing there, looking confused, shaking its head, and then you see blood trickling out of its ears and its nose, and it's really shaking its head like it's trying to get something out, and then boom! Red mist.
Oh my god!
I like to imagine it's the.
That's horrifying! Why didn't you do it earlier?
Because it hurts.
It hurts me too.
Oh.
Yeah, she's connected to them, so she feels and die.
Yeah.
This happens to the two that are chomped onto Bia's legs. Now, unfortunately, their jaws are locked
Oh god.
and are still on her legs,
So she
and you are covered in blood.
Oh.
That's okay. Watch
The
it.
only one who is not affected is the largest one, who's looking very angry.
Did it not take any damage?
You can't tell.
A slight trickle of blood from one nostril.
Like that, and, like,
Who can tell? Who can say whose blood is whose with all of the blood? That's
Well,
impossible.
this
This
is
is Bia, someone who prides herself on not wanting anything to do with blood.
And yet here we are.
so. What is Bia doing?
Freaking out.
Can you back away?
Bolt.
Huh?
Can you?
Can I run past him?
Give me a dexterity and dodge.
I am not fighting this. I'm too freaked out for this
Wait,
shit.
what exploded then? If they're
Yeah, like, not so
Their
the
brain case.
okay, but their jaws are still locked.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Not
an
letting
ugly
this go into
sight
scale.
to behold.
Because like it's a wolf skull, so the mouth is extended a good bit away
Yeah,
from
that's
the
true.
brain.
So yeah, you do have some minuses because you do still have jaws
Yeah.
On you.
in positions that don't make it easy for you to run.
$39.
Okay, roll 3d6.
I'm out of luck.
I'm out of luck.
I'm out of luck.
Oh,
That is a 9.
Okay, so she
nice.
flips over and starts to try to run,
Oh, nice.
and is slipping and sliding because she can't get footholds front and rear.
Yep.
Now, give me another dodge roll as the remaining one.
Just dodge. You're dodging the.
You say-
Dex and
Oh,
dodge.
yeah.
You say it's like dogs on a tile floor. Or a Scooby-Doo.
Yes. Yes.
Like,
She's
desperately
frantically trying to get away and not really making progress.
I like to imagine the other wolf is the same. It's like slowly gaining. It's really intense.
Gotta have that
Really
sound effect.
stupid.
I'm currently on 25.
What?
I'm currently on 25.
At 25.
Yeah,
Why
that's
are you
that. That's
25?
well, that's what the dodge was.
Oh, I thought hell.
Anyone have luck?
No. Tapped out.
Yeah, then it's a 25.
Okay, so,
God damn it.
yes, it slips,
Yeah.
but it still manages to propel itself.
Oh god.
The tail spins.
So as opposed to biting down on her ears and her eyes,
Oh, that's painful.
he bites into the scruff of her neck. What is your health?
You gave me 14, didn't you?
Yeah.
So it was 26. No, sorry, no, it wouldn't be
Oh,
that. It was 70. It was
Okay, we're down to 24 health.
Jesus.
We have to get her the
That was a
fuck out of
That was a
there.
big chunk.
And you now have a very large direwolf on your back who has forced you to the ground.
Pop.
Your turn!
Hey! Pop.
Cool, cool.
Eleanor's like passed out.
I'm gonna. Yeah, no, I'm gonna.
Once you pop, you cannot stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot again.
Okay.
Crossbow.
I bet you it's a clear shot now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is clear shot.
It is a clear shot.
So what do I add?
Your dexterity and pistol shooting.
Dexterity and pistol shooting. Okay. Okay.
And I just realised that I'm whining quite highly. I apologise to people who are listening.
Okay, that's a 5. Okay.
Character, whatever.
16.
You hit!
Oh yay!
It's not dodging.
Okay.
It's kind of chopped down on her back.
It's very exposed.
Oh yeah.
So that's 3 lethal.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck.
Okay,
That's a
shot.
double explosion.
Okay,
Boom.
so that's 12. 17.
Okay.
Okay, you have to get.
Bolt goes in. It's not happy, but it's kind of busy.
Cool.
Magnus,
Magnus, help.
what are you doing?
How far away am I from this whole situation?
How close do you want to be?
Well, okay, so we kept moving into the room.
Yeah, you're outside of the range where the floor is slick with blood, but you're close enough for easy pistol shots.
Yeah, I don't really want to go charging into the singing sword. It'll do a shitload of damage, but still. So I'm just going to go pistol shooting straight for this.
Okay, so roll to hit twice.
While he's rolling to explain that, his character has a magical singing sword.
Yeah.
And I've yet to see it in combat, and I need to.
Last time he used it in combat,
He died.
he died.
He was bold, he was heroic.
He was
perished.
squishy.
It was squishy.
Well, he is.
He decided to try.
It helps damage, doesn't do so much for defense.
Especially since
Yeah.
it was a artillery barrage that.
I was doing absolutely fine. I had taken a pistol shot to the shoulder earlier, but otherwise I was
2
good.
extra bullets.
Okay, so that's a 20 on one of them and a 19 on the other.
Okay, you hit with both, roll damage.
That's not great. And that's not great either.
Is that all a 6? No.
No, that's a 1.
Oh.
They were talking about like why do they do that, but okay, so that's a 6 and a 7.
Any damage is damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've heard it.
Mm.
She is not looking good.
I can't. I only have 4 healing
Heal.
things.
How does a
left.
healing potion work? Does it is it on contact or you gotta drink it? Like
Either way works. It is magical solution.
right.
It is
Triggers a
mystical.
magical healing
How
spell.
long does it take you to make them?
Oh,
long.
5.
Long. They're hard to make. If you make them wrong, you basically just do the opposite. Like the instead of like expelling magical energy that heals, it expels magical energy that drains. And then
So
you
we-
just kind of
making it wrong is bad.
making it. If you're making, you basically imagine like a snap. Okay, yeah, that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't want that.
That's why he has a license.
That's why I have a
Okay,
license.
it's fair.
And also practice witchcraft. What?
What?
There's no witchcraft here.
Okay. Are you
You liking
conscious?
this?
Barely.
Okay. Do you need help being conscious? Because I'm just really...
No, I'm
Are
there.
you looking at Eleanor?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Okay, you're noticing a slight trickle of blood.
Slight. There is a minor waterfall.
oh,
I'm fine.
Honestly,
Like shakily.
I'm fine.
Like shakily drawing pistol.
Okay.
I'm good to drive.
Can you not do the pop to the top again?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, not happy to do it again.
Eleanor is very, very, very mentally hurt right now.
Yeah.
Mentally, but
Come on, Doc. What you doing?
Fuck, I don't have anything.
You have a silver bullet, a dart.
I have silver bullets.
Via's pretty weak at the moment. On
Yeah.
health, right?
Make sure you don't
Yeah.
miss, because if you hit her, it's gonna be not good.
Yeah. I mean, I only have so drastic means with bombs of wolfsbane gas, and we don't want to use that now.
That would be
No.
bad.
We're not.
That would be
I could
bad.
just open it up slightly and just make
No.
the wolf inhale it, but that would also be bad.
You
because
have
I would
to
have to
go.
be near it.
You want to make a wolfsbane inhaler?
Yeah.
I just open
You want to
it.
make a wolf vapor?
Sir, you didn't give blood Carol, but would you like to vape?
Can I interest you in some fat
So what you want to do is you want to set up hookahs to do this, and set up a whole parlor so that you know when werewolves come in.
Yes.
Yeah, I will not do that. I will instead
That's for later.
attempt to rapid fire my healing balls.
Fire one.
Just one. Then I will just very hastily do that. And
With much haste and professionalism.
with much haste and professionalism.
And decent roll.
If you roll poorly, you have the potential of hitting the wolf on top of her.
Well, I rolled a mathematics. That's an 11, so it's 16.
Just enough. Roll 4 dice.
Heal! What?
Does this explode as well? You
Yes.
get 6. Okay.
Okay.
This is also something that if anybody has luck left, you can use it.
Well,
Whoa, I can lose there. I don't have luck though. So all on the luck. It's a 17 roll.
Okay, so you get 17 back.
So it's on 24, I'm up to 41.
Which is better.
Get you.
It's better. You
better.
could survive another one of those chomps now.
So, what, Eleanor, you're not feeling great.
I could have given you one.
No, it's fine.
What are you doing?
She just needs counseling.
Oh no,
Yeah.
let's just sit down.
Right. We're shooting. Oh, don't! I've exploded 3 people's heads. Like, it's fine. Don't even worry about
There's
it.
a bit blurry sight there.
Yeah, it's
like,
fine.
I'm actually aiming an elbow.
Don't worry about it. Okay.
She does know how to do this.
She does know how to do this.
They teach this in.
They do teach
In
this
her
school.
finishing school,
Yeah.
they teach her how to do these things.
Sounds like a pretty cool
Dope ass
place.
school.
28.
You hit.
Boom.
Pistol shooting. I have to improve my pistol shooting.
What is
I only have a +5 to pistol shooting.
I have a +3.
Got +6.
Do silver do
Plus six.
bonus damage?
No, the
I calculate
No,
that.
you're
Okay.
not.
I got an extra.
Okay,
I
so
was
that's
4
12.
and then I got 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
What is Bia doing? Now, at a very instinctual level, you get the impression of submit. Submit. Submit.
She's got the blood, she's not thinking straight, she has 2 wolf jaws attached to her, she's just gonna do that.
What is she doing?
Submit.
The alpha is
Right,
submitting.
louder for the mic.
Oh,
Make an announcement of your.
Say it clearly and loudly.
Oh
Say
god.
it so they can hear you.
Do it.
Do it.
B is mentally broken at this moment, she's going to submit.
Ah.
Pretty shy.
Yeah, she's very shy and submissive in person.
But also an alpha.
It's also an alpha, yeah, work your head around that.
Okay, so Bia struggles, rips her back out of the werewolf mouth, turns over, and offers her neck and her belly.
Is that what submit is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn. Well,
No.
weird.
All of you here can't understand wolf,
I can.
You get from all of these other werewolves. Damn.
Oh god. Oh no.
Goodbye, dominance boost.
I wasn't going to. I have one to it. I'm not going to dominate that feral mad thing.
Nope.
And it shifts into the war form
Of course it does.
and kneels down, puts a hand on her muzzle, puts its mouth on her throat, and just lets the tips of its fangs seek in just a little. Everybody else, roll perception.
Yes.
Gotta wait for the 12. Oh god.
Great. That's awesome.
Wow.
That is so
You're
good.
just so shocked by this.
15.
8.
Okay.
Hold on.
Can I get everyone to pause for just 2 seconds?
Yes,
Yeah, I gotta count.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I got a 4 naturally.
Not 4.
Nope, still connected.
Are we back?
Yeah, no, we've always been there. It's just it seems that if it goes into pure sleep mode, it disconnects the microphone.
Ugly blood red. Back to the iris. But the iris, instead of black, instead of yellow, is now red. And then it stands up and changes back to human form.
Well, this is new.
We're a bit
How
quiet.
gross is the
Is it-
body?
Is it squishy?
Leave now. This one belongs to me.
I don't know about that.
Do we cut losses so that we
Cubs!
Oh.
Prepare to attack!
Oh. I'm backing up.
Backing out.
I'm gonna grab
live to fight
Eleanor.
another day?
To fight another day.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna grab Eleanor.
What's Eleanor doing?
Bitch, please.
We're
Roll alpha.
adamant of staying and fighting.
There are 52 werewolves now
There's 52 werewolves.
against
Up to the
4 of us.
4 of us.
4 of us.
Eleanor?
Well, 1 of us.
You feel a tap on your shoulder, Eleanor.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think that it would be better to leave now and perhaps come back better prepared to save her at a later time? Says Oolong,
Yeah.
the Chinese intelligence agent.
Oh. One could
This would be like-
almost say it's an oolong.
Knock me out, because I'm about to go on rolling out of
He puts an arm around her while he does a couple acupressure spots where she goes unconscious. There is a magical portal open behind him. He's like, please, make haste.
Yeah.
As the rest of the wolves in the room are turning
Yeah.
and looking at you.
I make haste.
Yeah, make haste.
Flip everyone off and make it.
I like,
Except for you.
and then, like, before she passes out, her final conscious thought is, I'm coming for you, to the alpha. And then, like, also, I'm coming for you. Like, in a friendly way, to be a, like, friendly to be a other alpha bitch to this new savage one.
And that is where we are ending this evening.
So that couldn't have gone worse.
It could have gone worse.
It could have gone worse.
She could be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tune in next week
Okay.
to find out what happens. Will they be able to rescue Bia? Will they be able to gather enough force to enter into this hive of scum and villainy filled with evil werewolves? Will she be able to leave after having been dominated by this evil alpha? Stay tuned to find out.
Can I find more spaghetti bolognese?
Next
Again next week if we actually
So,
call the six.
actually, how about this? Why don't we go around and each one of you give a last statement?
Oh.
Oh boy.
Last, okay.
Well, for the game. Thoughts on how this went? The ending.
I already gave mine. It could not have gone worse.
I mean, you did get a tash out of it.
I did get some
So,
donut shops.
I have added plenty of things to my equipment list, but otherwise it didn't go too well. I'm hopeful.
I am very proud of my premiere as the healer of the group. I actually healed for once.
First time.
Oh, you did your job.
Yeah, I actually did my job for the first time. Could have gone better though. Yeah.
A solid B minus.
Solid B minus.
Solid 46.
Yeah, solid 46%. Eleanor started this game upset. She has ended this game unconscious and very upset. That's where she's at.
Bea doesn't know what shit she's in for. She's just very, very, very broken at the moment after what she just had to go through. All she wanted to do was help her fucking orphan girlfriends.
And now she can't speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and just as a final thought, just to let you know, don't be too concerned about characters dying in this game, because my method of running games is it's far too easy to kill characters. It's far more entertaining to keep them alive and torture them, as you've seen this evening.
Woo! That's how he introduced me to this game, by saying that. So,
Yeah, that's how he introduced us.
yeah.
Thank you all for joining our first stream and our first episode. I hope everyone enjoys it, and I hope if you guys are now listening to this after it being put up on the actual